Yo, what's going on, y'all? It's Combo Breaker 99. I'm back with another quick prediction for Fight Night tomorrow. UFC 262 is going down. This is the major flyweight fight I know everybody's looking forward to. I mean, we got three good flyweight fights, but out of the three, this is a big one. Katlyn Chookagian versus Viviane Araujo. For one, Katlyn Chookagian, this is going to tell us, is she going to continue to hold that gatekeeper status if she wins this fight once again? Is she going to hold back all these other girls? Is she going to still be that big test yet again for another up-and-comer? Or if Viviane Rujo gets by Katlyn, will she be that next title contender? We'll see. But yeah, man, real quick, just want to go down some quick keys to victory and my prediction. I talked about it a little bit in the live stream last night. But yeah, I just want to be a little bit more thorough with it and straight to the point, in this prediction video, man. But first off, Katlyn Chookagian, the one thing I will say about her is, she doesn't really have like a crowd-pleasing style. But if you're a hardcore fan, you will respect what she does in there. Like, for me, I do respect a lot of the moves she makes as far as her business moves, and definitely how she commits to her fighting style. Like she talked about in her this lead up interview in the media, she talked about having a good IQ and commitment to her style and good boxing skill, good striking skill, and a mixture of different different tools. And I think that she can get caught up in her usual point fighting style, but that's her. It works. It works on certain opponents. Of course, it won't work on the champion, but it works on a certain level of fighters. And if she wasn't, if it didn't, she wouldn't be continuing to teeter between number one and number two, right? She would be knocked down out of the 15, but she's doing something right. So I got to give her respect on that. Viviane Araujo, I think that, she's a very exciting fighter that hit the scene. And, I respect her a lot as well, just what she does as far as bringing excitement and this new type of style to the flyweight division. But again, going back to Katlyn Chookagian, going into this fight here against a very tough customer, Viviane Araujo, I need to see, first off, I need to see Katlyn Chookagian use her height and use her reach, full extension. That's the first key to victory, is full extension. Get full extension off the jab in the right hand, and, keep her at bay with those long punches and long limbs. Use those long front kicks to the body and to the head to really keep that shorter fighter at bay. That's what you're supposed to do. Use that long jab and sit down on it. Put some authority on it. Don't just like flash. Don't just try to do the little shoot shine every time, those little flashy combinations, and get out. Commit to long, full extended shots, because that's how you keep an opponent back, and that's how you get respect from them. Next up, I will say volume is going to be a key. And when I say volume, I mean effective volume. I want to see her connect, with threes and fours, do damage, whether it hits the arms and some shots break through the guard. You got to land in volume and make each shot connect. Don't just shadow box, don't just throw air punches. Make sure this volume connects and really flusters your opponent. If you throw that many shots out, you can get the respect and also get the round. So I want to see volume, effective volume from Katlyn Chookagian. Next, take the cardio away. You talked about the cardio of Viviane Araujo. You said you had the better cardio in this interview. Take the cardio away. Take cardio away with body shots, good stinging body shots. Switch levels with the jab, side kicks to the body. Take the legs away, because when you make the legs heavier, that'll take more out of the gas tank of Viviane Araujo. When you start to tag them shins, tag the inside lead leg, that puts more work on the fighter having to carry those heavy limbs, because of the pain and the bruising. It really starts to take a toll on the fighter throughout the later rounds. So take the cardio away, and that way, Katlyn Chookagian, the fight will fall more in her favor going into that third round. Last up, smart movement. You got to be smart with the movement. No bite. Can't get on the bite too much. I feel like Katlyn Chookagian, she lost the Jessica Eye fight because of the outside movement. Too much outside movement. It was just way too much. Like, I gave her the fight. Don't get me wrong. I feel like Katlyn Chookagian won the fight in my eyes, because I can see the effective work she's doing. But judges, they see something totally different. Judges, they felt Jessica Eye was pressing her back, and it was Katlyn Chookagian's. It was her move to stay on the outside and just work from the outside. But the judges, they saw different. They felt like effective aggression was a big part of the Jessica Eye fight, so they gave it to Jessica Eye. So Katlyn Chookagian, she cannot continue to circle and run and do all these little movements. Not in MMA. In boxing, it works. Of course, I respect it in boxing, and I respect it in MMA. But judges, they don't. If there's something to it, you gotta. I think it's if there's something to it, I have to say, okay, I have to rate that as part of her game plan. Because again, going Jessica Ai's fight, I gave Katlyn Chookagian rounds 1 and 3. All that movement was helping her out. But again, you gotta stay in the center of the octagon in this fight. The movement has to be smart. It has to just be a lateral movement just to get her out of the way of shots and to make your opponent reset. Don't stay on the bike too much, over using your legs and, making the judges feel like you're running. So smart movement. So let's jump to Viviane Araujo. Viviane Araujo, I feel like she's got a lot of keys to becoming a complete fighter. I know that they say she is a black belt jiu-jitsu, but there were some parts in her fight with Jessica Ai and even Roxanne I wasn't really convinced that she is a black belt, because I thought she could have took it to the ground in some of these fights and been more impressive, because Viviane Rujo is physically strong, and I felt like if she would have taken that Jessica Ai fight to the ground, that could have really favored her, but again, it's that questionable gas tank, which I'll talk about here in a minute. But first key to victory for Viviane Araujo, I'm going to say, kill with speed. I feel like she's got the faster hands and more effective hands than Katlyn Chookagian when she connects. So kill with speed. I want to see the jab. I want to see that straight jab that she used on Modafferi, on De La Rosa. I want to see the uppercut up through the guard. I want to see combinations. I want to see her throw effective combinations. Again, not overexerting herself, but just 2, 3, 4s and make sure each one of them hit, go to the head and to the body. She likes to use that in and out speed like she Manny Pacquiao. So put those hands together and make sure you close in on your target and land them. Second up, box them in. And box them in, I mean that in every effect of the term box. Use your boxing and also box Katlyn in. Stay in her face, stay in the mid-range, continuing to use little feints, moving your head so you don't eat those straight shots. But you want to make Katlyn Chookagian feel caged in. You want to make her feel cagey, where she doesn't have anywhere to go, any real estate, so she can't use her legs. So when she's closed in like that, she's either going to go in for a clinch, which gives you a chance to take her down, or work your knees in the clinch, or if she comes in, you can counter with those right hands over the top. You can time those attempts when she comes in for a clinch or a takedown. So box her in, use your boxing, boxing skills, and again, box as far as, boxing her into a corner. Next, attack the body. Jessica Ai, I feel like she showed us something in the fight with Katlyn Chookagian. Her body shot knockout wasn't a fluke. It wasn't like a lucky shot to the body. Jessica Andrade, she continued to butcher the body of Katlyn Chookagian in that first round. She was always stabbing her with right uppercuts to the body, right hands to the body. When they went to the ground, Katlyn was getting hit to the body by Jessica Andrade with some big right hands, till finally she closed it with 2 more big body shots that Katlyn just couldn't take any more of. So I think the midsection might be a little soft. So I won't say it's soft, but for that type of accumulation of body shots, that's something that Viviane Araujo could focus on, because I could see in Viviane Araujo, her physique, she's a little bit harder than Katlyn Chookagian. So there are those pressure points that good stiff right hands, they can get to that liver a little bit quicker. They can bruise the ribs faster, because they don't have that hard exterior. Some of fighters that don't have the hard abs there, like Katlyn there in that picture, as you can see in the picture. So Viviane Araujo, side kicks to the body, right uppercuts in exchanges up close. You want to switch levels, jab to the head, go to the body, and just continue to hit her to the body to take away her legs. Again, that'll make her stationary. And next up, last but not least, for Viviane Araujo, this is something I've always been saying about her in her fights, but she's really been catching on to it. Don't be extra. Your cardio is in question. Even Katlyn Chookagian feels like her cardio is better. It was a little bit in question in the Roxanne Modafferi fight, Montana fight, and of course in the Jessica Ai fight. Fight in a rhythm where you can keep your cardio to your benefit. If you don't have good cardio, you want to fight in a good rhythm where you can fight in spurts and you can make sure you can still bag rounds. You still want to win rounds or finish the fight, so don't overexert yourself. Don't be extra using a lot of in and out crazy movement like I should be doing with the fast legs, kind of dancing in and out, those little feints. Some fighters don't get reactions off of that, and I think Katlyn Chookagian, who's a good outside ranging boxer, she's not going to fall for that type of stuff. In this fight, she needs to be more so quick, upstairs, upper body, quick with ducking with the head movement, taking little subtle steps with her legs and with her feet. She doesn't need to be, in and out, bouncing, constantly bouncing and doing the little scissor legs, dancing in and out like she was doing against Jessica Ai and Alexis Davis. this fight here, you need to really just calculate range, and again, just use subtle movement where you just take subtle steps to your right or to your left to get out of the way of Katlyn's offense. So don't be extra. Find your rhythm in this fight. Fight in spurts where you know you can win rounds or finish the fight, and then take a break, but don't overexert yourself, like punching yourself out, throwing wild combinations when you're not sure if everything is going to land. Only commit to combinations that are going to do damage, and also only stay on the back foot or move use a lot of movement if you got to get out of harm's way. Don't overexert yourself. As simple as that. I mean, you've seen it in the past. There's no benefit to blowing your whole load in the first round, because that's the feeling out process. So the first round, you just want to win, and then when you get into the second and third, maybe you want to come on stronger. But each round, you want to find a minute or 30 seconds in a round, or maybe a minute or two kind of like chopped up in a round. You want to take a minute off, and you want to take maybe 30 seconds off throughout a round. But you got to do it in a way where the fighter is safely out of your range and is not able to score on you, if that makes sense. So Viviane Araujo in this fight, that's the main key to victory for her. Don't be extra. So going back, Katlyn Chookagian, full extension on her shots, effective volume, take the cardio away, smart movement. Viviane Araujo, kill with speed, box her in, attack the body, and don't be extra. So my prediction for this fight, I see Katlyn Chookagian using her movement early on in this fight. I see her using the first round to, throw a lot of volume shots, connect early as Viviane Rujo tries to find the range. But I think as Viviane Rujo starts to find that range, she's going to start landing some good leg kicks through the midsection, to the legs, to the midsection. And she's going to apply effective pressure on her. And she's going to continue to close in and try to fight on the inside a little bit with Katlyn Chookagian, and try to clinch up to take away the legs of Katlyn Chookagian. And I think somewhere in the second round, Viviane Rujo, she's going to start landing the harder shots. She's going to start doing more damage and slowing Katlyn down. The third round is really where it's going to be in question, though. If Viviane Rujo's cardio can hold up, I think she can win this fight. But if she starts to slow down, I could see Katlyn Chookagian, trying to outpoint her and land more punches here. Just shoe shining and landing as long as she's touching her, like she did against Jennifer Maia. That'll be effective. But I think this is going to be a fight where Viviane Araujo really does show her IQ. She's going to show that IQ, and she's going to fight smarter in the third. And I'm going to have to go with Viviane Araujo in this fight. Viviane Araujo is going to win this fight by decision. I can't say if it's unanimous. I could see it more so close decision in this one. But I just think that the movement of Katlyn Chookagian is going to make it hard for her to stop. I just feel like it's going to be a lot of rangy fighting here, and there's going to be a lot of space where Katlyn Chookagian or Viviane Rujo, they're going to have plenty of time to stay out of each other's way of getting hit by big counters. Katlyn's very good at getting out of danger. Unless you're a big pressure fighter like Jessica Andrade or Valentina Shevchenko, I can see Viviane Rujo giving her a lot of space, and there'll be a lot of moments where they play chess. So I can see this fight going the distance, with two good stand-up fighters, knowing how to stay out of harm's way. And Katlyn Chookagian, she does have an high IQ. She does have an high IQ for her level in this flyweight division. So but I think Viviane Rujo is going to be more effective, faster hands. Her jab has a lot more power and a lot more snap to it, and so does her overall, punch output. So I'm going to go with Viviane Araujo by a close decision in this one. But yeah, guys, let me know in the comment section. I went on a little bit longer than I planned to, man. I was just really kind of getting into the breakdown of these two fighting styles, because yeah, I'm into both of these fighters as far as what they bring to the table, especially Araujo. But that's who I got, Viviane by a close decision, guys. Let me know in the comment section what y'all think. Combo Breaker 99, I'm out. Subscribe. Peace.